So what's going on, guys? So this is Lisa Real Talk, and we want to talk about stuff on this channel that we talk about in Twitter, that I might talk about in TikTok, and I wanted to put this actually in one place because there are things that we talk about, and I have to post stuff here and then I post stuff over there. So let's just chit chat about it in one spot. Um, this channel might take a little bit to take off because I don't know anything about podcasts, but we're going to find out. Um, and I'm definitely going to hook up all of my studio stuff that I do have, so it can look more like a studio. But for right now, we'll just kind of chit chat about different things. One of the first topics that we wanted to talk about was why Black men did not vote for Kamala Harris. I'm not going to say all Black men, why some Black men, why young Black men didn't vote for Kamala. Um, I hope I'm saying her name right. So I did talk to a couple of brothers the other day and just literally asked them, can they tell me why they didn't vote for Kamala? And, a couple of them were just like, she's not able to run the country. She's a woman, women can't run the country. Or, she's going to be emotional. Or this is the one that I got all the time. She talks about the same thing over and over repetitiously. She's not saying anything new. And, I'm just saying that Kamala jumped into it. How do you say it? Kamala? I gotta say, I'm gonna say K. She jumped into it really quickly because of the Biden situation. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not exactly for the Biden situation, and I'm almost 30-70 on Kamala's situation. And I'm not gonna say I'm 100% or even with the organization of Trump. Okay. But the reasons that they were telling me it just didn't really make 100%. I mean, I clearly understand that they felt like it was women, they're going to get emotional, XYZ. I'm not like an anti-woman, anti-man type of thing, but there are some things to me that women just can't do. Like, I don't watch basketball. I don't watch women basketball because to me it's just entertainment. It's like, what is the purpose of they? I mean, they like it's. Come on, other than what is her name, Greer, whatever Greer her name is, that got stuck over there in Russia. She's literally a dude. Was she a dude? It became a female, or a female became a dude. However, it is. I don't care what she's taking with the boys and so and so. She's still. So, if y'all want to get me on that, y'all gonna have to get me on that. But I'm not with the female basketball thing. It's entertainment. They're just jumping around and it ain't like they're gonna get out there. I mean, these chicks is pulling hair. Let me not get off the subject. But as far as the man or woman thing, that's the type of stuff that I actually got from people. And even before the results, I mean, there were people at the postal system that were like, especially, Latinos, that I had no idea that was not voting for Kamala. I actually thought they were voting for Kamala. And one of my besties, postmaster, that's how she looked at me when I said, well, we all are voting for Kamala, so how she ain't gonna lose? And you know what my Latino friend turned around and looked at me? She said, I didn't say no more to her. Let me tell you something. When you work out in a customer type of service field, nobody even know whose side I was on. If I came around my Republican friends, I was Republican. If I came around my Democratic friends, I was Democrat. Because once you on a different side, you get too many questions or you get looked at funny, you get X, Y, Z. So I would know pretty much, okay, so he's Republican, she's Democrat. Okay. And I'll tell you right now, the Democrats drive me crazy. I don't like Hakeem. He just talks. He thinks he's Malcolm X. It's just ridiculous. It's like, no, I'm not for the Democrats at all. And I can't say I'm for a Republican Party now. This Republican Party that we have right now, they've lost their minds. Okay, the Trump done got everybody going crazy. The Republican Party years ago, yes, that's my party. But as a Republican and Democrats, they should be able to get together and come up with solutions. The Democrats always fold. They always fold. When I talk about stuff on Twitter and I give my opinion out on Twitter, I try so hard not to go against Kamala because she is Black, because she is a sister. And no, that shouldn't be my reason. Did I vote for Kamala? I voted for Kamala on paper. I voted for her on paper. Did I want to vote for her? No. Me as a female, the reason I didn't want to vote for her is because I felt almost the same thing as the brothers did. Would she be emotional? Is she putting too much of her personalism out there? As a female, you can't help it. I mean, hell, I tear up sometime when I'm talking about stuff, as tough as people think I am. Do I think she spoke repetitiously about the same thing over and over? I was so sick and tired of her saying stuff that she thinks Black people want to hear. Okay, so you think we want to hear we're going to get a check? You think we want to hear we're going to XYZ? You think we want to hear about the housing? Why? Talk about how you want to save this country, because the housing and the little checks and the little this check and that ain't going to mean nothing if we have no country. I didn't hear anything like that clicking in my head. Tell me how you're going to handle them Iranians over there. Tell me what you're going to do with the UK. Tell me what you're going to say to Putin. I don't want to hear about the projects. I don't want to hear about housing. I don't want to hear about no stipend, nothing. So that is the reason why, in my mind, I'm not voting for Kamala. I voted for her on paper because she was Black and she's a sister. And I knew if we voted for him, it'd be chaos, because he is not normal Republican. Okay, normal Republicans do not act like that. He's got the whole party tripping. These people are doing crazy things. Why did I strictly vote for Kamala Harris? Because she is a sister and she is Black. And the backup from Obama would possibly get her to where she should be. That was the only reason. Was I afraid, checking those boxes, that she would not be able to stand up to the others, as in us supposedly being the leader? Yeah, that I was totally afraid of that. That one over there, yeah, he's nutcase. He say things, he's a liar. But if something did jump off, I have no doubt that he would hit that button in 5 seconds. Did I have a doubt that Kamala would go, same for Biden, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, y'all, but Biden literally made me sick before he got sick. And I knew it was something that had to be wrong with him, why he was such a softy, why he was like grandpa all the time. And all this power that Trump has, where was all this power with Biden? Again, I had to vote for Biden because my mother, I better had voted for Biden. We sitting there, we voting together. But no. So listen, what's you guys' opinion, about the Kamala situation, and I put stuff on Twitter. I hope she doesn't lay down and not do anything. I hope she rises to the situation. She was quiet for months and months and months, going to baseball games, going to so-and-so, going to so-and-so. I thought it was a little bit ridiculous. Okay, why are you here? Go get out there on the podium somewhere. Talk, vote for the people, talk to the people. I mean, all of this stuff, I thought it was ridiculous. Will I vote for Kamala? No, I will not vote for Kamala. I'm sorry. I will not vote for Kamala. As far as the black man, I met one dude in the park, and him and his man was with him, and they was going in. I ain't gonna lie, they was going in. And I was Republican that day. Of course, I was Republican that day because I know how to switch up. Trust me, I know how to switch up. I am not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I am a liberal. So I do probably assess both ways. But these two, and mind you, one of them was Latino. He was going in. I'm not gonna lie. Half of what he said, I agree with him. What he vote for him for? I agree with him. I agree with him. And a lot of the men, in my mind, I thought it was more of because she's an attorney and she put a lot of those type of men away. And her demeanor towards men at a certain type of age or maybe an age range, and because she was a prosecutor, the men, nah, she gotta go. No, no, she don't be trying to help us. What if she was a defender? What if she was the defender? Would you guys have voted for her? You see, that's all my questions. So this podcast, this is what it's going to be about. What's going on in the real world. What's going on with, basketball players. What's going on with Puff Daddy. That's the next one that I'm going to do. But sometimes you can't say what you really want to say on a podium. And it's not even that I even give a schwack what somebody responds to me with. I just don't respond to them back. But when you have a podcast, you can say what you want to say. You guys know I have the school. I teach billing and coding, but this is a whole different board game right here. This is a whole different board game. People ask me all the time, are you going to vote for Kamala? And then when you say no, you have to have something behind it because they expect you to say something else. And I'm so tempted to say, so why should I vote for Kamala Harris? Give me a reason. Why? Because she gets out there and do the hokey pokey. Oh, okay. No, I'm not for that. Okay. If you're gonna be strong or you're not gonna be strong, because I have not seen her strong yet. I've seen her as a woman. That's it. I see her as a woman. I see her as an educated woman that can probably stand by somebody. Because what did she do during Biden's presidency? What legacy have either one of them left behind? Can somebody tell me that? None. They have no legacy. Obama has a legacy. He has a legacy. He created Obamacare. Okay? He was the first black male president. Kamala Harris has done nothing. If you give me something, because right now I have nothing to vote for this woman. Newsom, possibly, he possibly will get my vote. He possibly will get my vote. I've seen him stand up to Trump. I've seen him stand up to Trump, and I believe that he probably will be able to stand up to the rest of them. So, yeah, if there was a way that I could get into politics, I always kind of said that in a little tiny bit of way. Of course, I expect everybody to unite, and we got to get this country in order. We got 3.5 years of craziness, but I'm going to continue my search. I'm going to continue asking men, especially now that I am down in Georgia. I'm definitely going to ask them. Georgia was the state that everybody thought would stay Democratic. It flipped. I don't care whether Alien did anything or how they paid or whatever they did. It flipped. And I think it is because, the Latinos, they voted for Trump. Young man, black men voted for Trump. Yeah, was I a little bit tipsy with I forgot his name, but a couple of them that, did a shindig for Trump. They did little concerts for Trump and XYZ. But after time, I realized, why should I be tipsy with them? The first thing I thought about was back in the days when why should we put on a show for them? They might as well put white paint over their face or something like that. But then I said, well, they did it for the love of money. They did it for the love of money. The history of us is not stuck in their head like that. They did it for the love of money. Um, I'm pretty sure they don't agree with everything Trump does, but what are you gonna do? You know, I can't hate on Snoop for supporting Trump. He got money. He can go out there and say whatever he want to say. Most of us poor folk, we can't get out there and say everything we want to say. They blackball you. Okay, don't hire her. Oh no, let me see her Facebook. Oh, did she say that? When you got money already, you could say and do whatever you want to. Us as in don't have money like that, we can't. You understand what I'm saying? You got to watch yourself. You have to watch yourself. So, that's my take on, black men who did not vote for Kamala. I understand why you did not vote for Kamala. I am not hating on you for not voting for Kamala because I wouldn't have voted for Kamala. Maybe we had different reasons, and I went and I did it anyway. Will I do it in 2028? No, I will not vote for Kamala. She could have done better, even though she didn't have much time. And that was the only resort that we had was her. And they knew something was wrong with Biden from day one. They knew something was wrong with him. And he should have got out before 3 months before the freaking primary. So, I think it's disgusting. So continue to check me. Y'all see my Twitter. Y'all hear me talking. Look out for that next podcast. You guys want me to continue talking on what I'm talking about right now? There's going to be a second video of, discussion that we had today. We are going to have another discussion. I got some hot topics. Twitter, y'all better be in because I'm gonna put this out there. Y'all better be in. So I don't want y'all to just look. This is the first time I did this one, so this is my new podcast. All right, and we're just straight real. We talking about stuff real. Y'all know I'm gonna talk about Tupac at some point. Just listen out. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about Diddy. We're gonna talk about all the wrongs and all the rights. We're gonna talk about why in the hell are they taking our black men down as soon as they get high up. Okay, so just continue to check out my channel. If you guys got any input on why black men voted for Kamala, will black men vote for her in 2028? Let me know. I'm going to shut this down and I am going to post this. Please, you guys enjoy and check out my next podcast. This is for you. Okay, I want us to have that type of conversation, and some of the conversations are conversations that people don't have. Maybe they do, but these are the conversations that we are going to be putting on Lisa Real Talk 69. All right, and I want to put stuff on there that I hear that people are talking about. Okay, so listen out for that next video. This one is why didn't black men vote for Kamala? The next one will be why should black women vote for Kamala? Okay, so I will see you guys again. Stay tuned.